Yenna, thanks so much for that. Yenna Lee, Doug Herbert, let me bring you back in. If the House flips back to red, that is a big deal.
It's this whole sort of not even hidden story of the night. This is massive. Let's put the presidency aside and the fact that that's come down to the nail biter, mother of all nail biters. The House, going into the House of Representatives, the lower chamber of the U.S. Congress, it was all but a certainty, according to the pollsters. I think 538, which is a prominent polling organization in the United States, and analyst, they gave it a 97% chance that the Democrats would hold control of the majority in the House by those dozens of seats that they got coming out of the 2018, that blue wave midterm election. Remember, the House is what has basically, in the absence of the Senate oversight, the Senate has basically been Republican controlled and basically therefore enthralled to Donald Trump. Donald Trump has been able to essentially keep the entire Senate under his thumb, and he has had his lackeys in the Senate, led by the now reelected Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell in the Senate. So the Senate was already, the Democrats were hoping to flip that. They needed in the Senate to gain, if Biden is elected, they would have needed 3 seats, a net gain of 3 seats to get majority control, over 50, that is. If the Democrats didn't lose and you had a Republican president, Trump reelected, the Democrats would have needed 4 seats, because normally the vice president serves as a tie-breaking vote. It would have been Kamala Harris. So what's interesting here is the House, which was seen as a almost sure thing, is flipping. And it looks like right now the Senate also, the Democrats, we have to say look like, because there's still outstanding races, but it doesn't look like it's looking great right now for the Democrats to get that majority control of Senate. So what does that all mean? What does it mean when you have a hypothetical scenario? Let's have hypothetical where Donald Trump were reelected and he had control of both houses of Congress. Basically, he can do whatever he wants. Not anything he wants, because in certain votes you need 2/3 of Congress. There'd be a slight check on him depending on how much of a majority he had. But let's remember that most of the big accountability moves in this last 4 years, including the impeachment trial of Donald Trump, including any of the hearings, the audits, the investigations into his actions, were all undertaken at the initiative of the House. Why? Because the House is where the Democrat, the opposition party, had the majority. They were able to basically enforce their will and hold Donald Trump at least modestly in check. Obviously, it wasn't successful in the end because the ultimate power to approve that lay with the Senate. We saw it with the impeachment trial, that the impeachment actually went down to defeat in the Senate because that's where the Republicans have control. If they were to have both houses of Congress, it would be a giant headline of this election. If Joe Biden were to win the election and the Republicans regain control of Congress, it would be another fascinating story because you'd have a Democratic president who's not able to really do his agenda without a lot of being thwarted almost every step of the way by the Congress.
Thanks.